Hey, in this episode, in the next few episodes, I think we want to do a small project. Mm, on Slack, there was a discussion about a feature request, um, about how to. So the feature request was about that these AVP settings here should be saved to the scene. So every time you open in a scene that you saved somewhere, that it would automatically load the AVP settings that are stored to the scene. Um, I think that's a cool idea, and till this is fulfilled, so to speak, we can do this by our own. That's not too hard to do, I would say. The thing here is, so we can, yeah, um, just check what we want to do. So we have here this form here with all the AVP settings. And if we go to the form editor and find the form here, maybe use normal maps, we see we have a command with a question mark. And this means that the command is queryable. I can't really pronounce the word. I just say get. So with the question mark, we can get actually the state here, right? So if we tick this off, we see here view 3D, blah, 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 blah files. And if you just replace the files with a question mark, just like user values, we get the value files here. And I think we can actually click on this info here and we see data type is Boolean. So true false, 0, 1, flags, query, require, the check mark, cool. Mm. You can actually also search this command here. View 3D point, I think this GN irgendwas, GN something, okay. Um, expand this here, we see, yeah, it has one argument. And this for this command here, it's color set. Okay, color set is here this ambient color. And this, I would say, steps here a little bit out of line in our case, because if we change this here, we see the argument has curly brackets. So every other thing here has just the normal float or a Boolean value. Um, This means that would annoy us in the future a little bit. So we just yeah, put this here to the side and just work with this ones here. And at the end, we also add this ambient color. So this means the plan is first we want to get all these values here. The second thing is then we want to save this to the scene. And every item in Modo has this option here tags. So we could add tags or custom tags to any item in the scene. And also this to the scene because it's also an item. When you add one, an item tag is always for uppercase letters like EEE and the value. The value is always a string. And we can do a lot with this. Um, hello, yeah. So we have a string with one word, and the tag is 4 times E, I. Okay, so first we want to get the values. Then we want to put all the values in the string and save this string in a viewport tag, in a custom tag to the scene. And one thing we have to make sure is system preferences. We have here these item tag definitions. So we see all the tags that are actually used by Modo or by kids. We should make sure that we have our own unique tag. So I would say for this one here, for our script, we use, yeah, maybe MD Modo Diver VT or something like this. Doesn't really matter. What's important is that our tag is unique. And at the end, we also add the custom config for this. Okie dokie. Okay, this means we want to save these values to the scene, and we want to load the values to the scene. And for this, we need two buttons, load and save. Okay, means we need a script first, and we want to do this at first in a simple script with two buttons, load and save, or save and load. And then later we want to wrap this in a command. If this works, what do we do? And if this is also fine, we want to add a listener, maybe a selection listener, maybe a command listener. We will take a look at this with a visitor so that we can load this when a scene opens or when we select the scene or something like this. But the script, I think, will work totally fine. Listeners, from time to time, a bit tricky. We will see. Okay. System open user for the kids Modo Diver script. So we want a new script. So we just duplicate this here, give this a new name. I think we can. It's just a short thing. Modo Diver VT is good. We go to our main index CFG, and we need to add this into the script system. Copy this line here and duplicate this line. We need a new key. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, MDVT. I don't want the same like the name here. MDVT, and the key is Modo MD viewport, something like this. Okay, let's save this. MD viewport. Keep in mind, MD viewport. We close Modo and restart it so that the settings here are applied. Okay, cool. Back to the script. So we need to edit the script here. Actually, we wanted two buttons, load and save and load. So we have here actually two functions, and we can work with those. So let's give this a new name here. MD viewport. So class. The function is MD viewport underscore save. And for the second function, MD viewport underscore load. Okay. We don't need all this stuff here. Oopsie. So we just write Alex point out save and here load. LX point out load. Okay. The argument here, the first one is save. The second one is load. And we need to edit this one here. MD viewport. MD viewport. Oops. MD viewport save. This is good. What's your problem? Not sure. Yeah, maybe this is not the smartest thing here. But save. It's UT, I would say. Maybe we just don't call this MD. Maybe it's a bit annoying. Okie dokie. Right. Doesn't really matter. Okay, back to the form editor. Find form, find this here. I think we add a divider first. Cool. In the command. And the command, yeah. MD, viewport. I can remember. The key, MD viewport. New command, MD viewport. We get first argument save. Cool. Unknown command. We need to add because we have a script. Okay, nice. And we replace the save with Lord. Okay. Save Lord. Works. Okay. The thing here with this values, so we can actually save those to a preset. And that's what we want to do. So let's untick this here and save this. New pre. Okay. And every time we select this, right, we see a load form preset and it changed nothing because this was actually off. If we tick this on and select the preset, we see it changed the shadow tick box here. And if we turn all this for here off, we see it just changed the ones that differ from the preset. And that's the same. We want to do the same with the script. So we want to load a string, but we also want to just change the values that are different from the actually settings here. Okay, so we need a list of all those stuff here, and we save this to this preset here. This means we have actually in our config, and I think it's 18 o'clock. So I need to restart Modo probably here so that this is saved. And 18.7, okay. We have here a form preset, CFG, and we should find this new pre in here. Okay, it's actually the first one, not so much more in there. So we have here all the commands, and this is good for us. We don't have to write those by hand. Okay. These are all the commands that we need. So let's bring those to our script. Yeah. Okay, this takes a moment here, but I don't want to do this twice, so I do this now. Probably we could also get those commands by code, but yeah, for this one script here, it's totally fine just to use this here. Doesn't really matter. UT. And we just make them inactive. Cool. we could use now lists or a dictionary to store all the stuff we need. I think we do a dictionary. Maybe we could benefit from dictionary later. I think for the first function, we don't need a dictionary, but we use a dictionary. Yeah, why not? So viewport, let's give it something called a shorter viewport. VP is our dictionary. So curly brackets. Okay, nice. So dictionary always has a key and values. So for every command here is a key for us. And then we need a list, a value, one value with a list of two items or elements, so to speak. Okay, so I think we use this. We just use two for the start to see if this works. It's a string, so key, double point. Then we have a list. First element is none. Second element is none. So we want to use two here for actually um, the values that we get from Modo and the values that are stored in the string later. Mm. Too many blank lines. Yeah. Nine. So yeah, okay, doesn't matter. Ne? Doesn't matter. Ich hasse. Ist wirklich scheißegal. Second one is this one here. Which one? This one is the one we wanted to ignore. And this is the second one. Okay. Just give some empty lines so that we know that we took them from here. Okay, it's string. Passes into this double point, square brackets, none, comma, none. Should we use a comma here? I think so, right? No. What is that? So echt nervig. You want a comma there? You want a comma there? Really? Doesn't really matter. So I thought this is without a comma, but no, yeah, doesn't really matter. And we want to give this, want to have this dictionary here as argument in our function. So you will see, we'll make a few mistakes here, more on the other ones, because I don't prepare this here. This takes too much time. Okay, looks good. Check what's happening. I think we want actually to print here the Alex out VP dict. Okie dokie. Okay, nice. This works. Okay, what next? So we want to loop over the dictionary. So for X in VP dict point keys. Let's try this. So print the keys. Actually, we want to just work here on the safe one here. Print X. So for X and VP dict keys, print X. So this should print this and then this. Let's try this. Okay, works. Okie dokie. I think we use here, we want an empty list. So we save every key here, every value of the first value of every key that we get in the list. So we need an empty list. And this empty list, we will convert this to a string. List is an empty list. And we want to pass the command to an LX eval so we can query the value. So value equals LX point eval. Single quotes, question mark. So this will be our value, and we replace this here with X. So curly brackets, open and close them. Punkt, format, X. Okay, let's print the value. This works. We should get this value and this value. 0 and 2. I think this is a show shadows, right? Yeah. And this is 3. Okay, this works. Okay. The order is important, so we add this to the list. So we actually don't need to this variable. Actually, we can just say list point append this. Okay, list print list. Okay, we have a list with two values, 0 point, comma, and this. Okay, this is an integer and this is a string. The thing is, we only need strings. So we will convert this to a string. Okay, this looks better. Okay. And now we convert the list back to a string. It's a bit easier because of the commas. We need the commas later to split the string back to a list. We could also use, I think, JSON for this and just storing lists, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. So if the loop is over, value string equals open and close double quotes, join list. Okay, let's try this. We print the value string. Okay, we want to divide this by comma. 0x3 doesn't help us, so we put a comma in here. Okay, 0 comma x3 is fine. Important that we don't have here empty spaces or something like this. And this is good. So this is our string. And now we want to add a tag to the scene. So we can, what did we say? The tag should be, mark you something. Hashtag tag is mdvt. Okay, so alles klar. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, maybe we keep this just for the case. Scene. So we just check first, I would say. If scene has tag. mdvt. All point. Okay, it doesn't has tag. So let's check here on the TDK for tags. Doesn't. Item retag has tag. Returns whether the tag with the specified blah blah blah. If scene has tag. What's the problem with scene? Should be good. Okay, has tag. Print. True. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, no. Depends nothing. This is good. Let's check if this works. I don't know why is this yellow here. Here this MD viewport. Here's problems. Okay. Print. No. Okay, this works. This is correct. This has no text in DVT. So let's add a tag here. Add tag, custom tag, MDVT. We don't need a value here. Doesn't really matter. So we see here we have MDVT 2 times. I think this is just a bug. This whole window thing here with the tag is totally buggy. Could also happen that we just added this to the and we don't have this to the scene, whatever. Do we have this? Yeah, we have this. So it's okay, this is cool. For our case here, it doesn't really matter if this is there or not. We just add a tag here. Let's take a look. Do we need to add this or can we just set this? Hashtag. I have a cable here on my set the retag, hashtag, set tag, hashtag, get tags. So set tags just means we add a tag with a string or not. And if there is a tag, it will just be overwritten. Okay, cool. We don't need this, but we can just keep this here for checking. So scene, double point, set, it doesn't have tag here. MDVT. Comma. And we pass a value string into this here. So let's see if this works. Yeah, this works. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And if we change the values here, 2, 2, 2. Okay, cool. Okay, I think that's it for the video. I just copy this stuff here then into the dictionary here. This will take a moment and tomorrow the next video. with yeah, loading this stuff here. Shall we?